Shout out to Dan, as always, on Twitter here, who posted his 5 observations from yesterday's training camp process. This was day 5. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Number 1. Free agent defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins has a powerful lower body that's almost Geno Atkins-like. He's a pro, said BJ Hill. I love being out there with him because the way he communicates and the way he talks about the ball. See, that's exactly what we needed to, was more like really good pass rusher on the defensive line, but also really good veterans. Especially with the fact we have some younger guys, Joseph Asai, Miles Murphy, right behind our veterans. It's nice to have another really good veteran that can kind of help develop the defense. So, love having him. Excited to see what he can do this season. Number 2, running back Zach Moss doesn't mess around when he gets the football. Whether it's a run or catch, he looks to square his shoulders and sprint upfield. I really like Zach Moss, said Zach Taylor, professional detailed. I really am a fan. Yeah, I will definitely say I'm, a huge fan of Chase Brown. That's like my running back I love. But I am excited to see Zach Moss and how well he can do for us. And I think he's going to have a fantastic season. I a lot of times I talk a lot about, again, Chase Brown, just because I am kind of a fanboy of him. But I will say overall wise, I 100% understand the hype for Zach Moss. And I think he's going to have a fantastic season. I'm excited to see him, this next month pretty much. Actually, well, technically month and a half at this point, but still. Number 3, Cam Taylor-Britt, who had his tonsils removed just before camp, was limited participant in practice today, but expects to be a full go tomorrow when the team is in pads. I want to be out there just as bad as anyone else, Cam said. I got my mentals reps in and I'm ready to go. Again, like I said, this is like, I guess not really an injury, just getting his tonsils out. It's definitely one of the situations where you have to recover from it, but he still should be 100% as he always is. He shouldn't have any setbacks or problems. Obviously, yes, there's going to be some technical setbacks because you got to recover from that. But yeah, I'm expecting him to go out there and play just as normal, just as perfect as always. Number 4 is going to be Mike Gesicki is a red zone weapon. He caught 21 NFL touchdown passes, including playoffs, and 19 have been in the red zone. He can move, said Mike Hilton. He moves a lot better than a typical 6'4", 6'5" tight end, and his catch radius is ridiculous. He makes it difficult. That's another thing, especially if, and I think we're going to a lot. I know right now we're talking about and speculating about, putting Yoshi in the slot, but especially if we do put Mike Gesicki in the slot, which is exactly where he was in Miami, I think it would be a perfect situation, personally, to have him as a slot receiver, just because, again, he is a big body guy. As Hilton says here, he can, he has some move to him, right? He can get open. He can make some plays. He can get separation. So red zone threat anywhere around the field threat, in all honesty, but definitely a red zone threat right here as an absolute dot for a touchdown. Is that's Jake Browning too, baby. That's our boy Jake. So look at dude. Jake is so underrated. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He is so underrated. The fact that he didn't leave us this offseason is the best blessing we could have ever asked for. Because if he would have left us, he would have gotten paid big money somewhere else. But luckily we had the, thingy-wingy that made it so he couldn't leave. But nonetheless, though, he would have gotten paid big money to be a starter somewhere else. Number 5, Coach Taylor says communication on defense has been sharp thanks to safety Geno Stone and Von Bell. Why I was so excited to have Von Bell back, and I will say it until the cows come home. I am so excited to have Von Bell back because of what he gives to this defense. And yes, the communication. You got a young secondary, a lot of young guys. Obviously, Mike Hilton, Geno Stone, Von Bell being some of the oldest of the secondary. Yeah, now that they are the oldest, actually, now that I think about it. Cam Taylor-Britt's getting older, but he's still young. Oldest of the secondary, so it's nice to see, you know, the communication picking up, them learning back and forth, kind of feeding off the veterans. It's awesome. That's not a knock on anyone, Zach said. When you add 2 veteran safeties that played a ton of NFL football in the back end, that's what shifts everything forward. Yeah, again, like I said, it's a mix of, like I said before, not only that, also Mike Hilton in there as well. And it's just learning. I mean, football, yes, there's a level of athleticism, a level of skill, a level of, you know, play, being able to cover and go against the best of the best. But there's also a level of just play time. You know, you learn from playing. You learn tendencies. You learn how to cut better, how to do this better, how to do that better. When no matter how good you are, when you join the league, you're not going to be as good as you are, let's say, a couple years down the line in the league. So, very excited, you know, to see some of these guys develop. And being able to learn from some really amazing veterans, always awesome. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.